Good afternoon, everybody. We have an exciting interview planned between Andreas Senie, who's the CEO of CRE Collaborative, and we got CEOs, and Eddie Godshalk, who's the CEO of Zipanalyser. So what we're going to do is take a look at the industry in general, and then dig in to the value that the two companies bring separately, and most importantly together, because they are partners in crime. They have an alliance agreement to bring value to real estate investors, brokers, property owners, and builders, and more. So let me go through some questions that we thought through. Number one, CRE tech is now well known in the commercial real estate industry. Brokers attend or used to attend conventions in numbers. There are 7,000 plus CRE tech companies, and there has been wide adoption of CRE tech by large and medium-sized companies. If you could tell me, how do you think that, how do you think the CRE tech value is meeting the expectations of what people need to do well in the marketplace today, especially now?
Well, from our point of view here at CRE Collaborative, I myself have been third-generation real estate developer and a brokerage owner. I was utilizing technology to take business from my betters, build my business 5 years ago, 10 years ago, so forth. 5 years ago, 4 years ago now, founded CRE Collaborative to connect technologies. So the long answer to that short question would be, it is fulfilling the need of communication, connectivity, and expediency. It's getting things done faster, processes that are tried and true, in a more connected or remote fashion, especially today, and moving us towards the future, allowing us to do things in new markets with accuracy and confidence.
Eddie?
So I researched this, and it says what's going on at CRE Tech, and it said one of the big ones are, the most important part is to empower brokers and buyers with enhanced choices based on current data. And data is the new currency of giving the edge to the investors and the people. But the challenge is everybody has access to property data, but everybody knows COVID-19 is affecting incomes and properties and unemployment and all kinds of things. But when you go to CoStar or Zillow MLS, it hasn't changed. So my passion is to get more current data so people make decisions based upon the most current data that is affecting the land prices, because land prices are going to go up or down depending upon access to availability of their disposable income, net income, new jobs, etc. And we're a provider of that, so we can add more value to commercial brokers.
Next question. What are the most likely types of people who would come and start using Zipanalyser and CRE Collaborative? Would they be brokers? Would they be investors? I know, Eddie, you talk a lot about investors. Who are these folks? What's their point of pain that would get them to come to CRE Collaborative's hub and get in there, start working with it, and engage or engage Zipanalyser?
So from our point of view, our platform is role agnostic. We service investors, lenders, brokers, developers, and owners, as well as service professionals. We provide a single portal connecting them to one another, connecting them to their technology, and then connecting their technologies to each other to provide maximum value in the shortest time frame with the least amount of friction. So for us, it's a real estate professional, as wide as that definition can go, as long as they're engaged in buying, selling, or leasing real estate.
Eddie, what would you say?
We're agnostic in that sense also. Part of the challenge is, let's go buy in San Francisco because of this is the market of 2019. But we don't focus on we have the data, so we match the timing of the listing, the property, with the market analysis. That's the disconnect today. And we're agnostic as well, because we let the broker filter to, let's say if you're getting a listing, well, you may not, like if you go buy a new car, you want to not talk about the bad gas mileage, you want to talk about the features that sell it. So we're agnostic in the sense that a broker can pick the variables that best sell to get a listing, or to best help the investor. If you could use that in that sense as a tool, because some brokers don't want to show bad information, because that's just the way the market is. So he could just filter that out and not have a report about. I only have the report that shows that what sells, which is in that sense we're all agnostic, but that the broker can select what's his preference for himself or for his customer.
Just to, or not to put you on the spot, Eddie, what's your elevator pitch for your company? There's a lot of complexity to it, but how would you put it in just a few words?
The problem solution. Today, I have it written out, so I don't know. The problem is it really starts out the way it is. Today, the only way anyone can access current market data is to build their own proprietary in-house technology. That's how big players, retailers, and investment players do it. And after many years and over 10,000 hours of development, I built a similar system. That's what Starbucks uses to locate, so that target real estate investors and commercial brokers can access. We just launched a new membership site to give you free access and free trial. And we're looking for reviews, partnerships, and affiliate recruiters. When I tried that yesterday with some friends, they still didn't get it. So that's always been my challenge, because you can't go to Zillow or MLS or any other service and get this. So one of the ways to educate the customers, well, this is how the big players do it. So we're democratizing data. And I think that's, at least if people understand that Starbucks and Toll Brothers can do this, but you can't get it from CoStar.
That's right. A lot of the bigger, there's 4.4 million real estate professionals in the U.S. 4.4 million real estate professionals today that don't have an IT department or a CTO or that internal team building it. The rest of the industry, which by the way makes up 95% of the transactions, needs it. It's where Eddie's service, Zipanalyser, that's where CRE Collaborative, that's where we live most of the time. Not to say we can't work with larger businesses, but you have your individual practitioners and large-scale businesses, medium to large, that need data, need platforms, and we can provide those solutions, either together or apart.
And I'll just add one more thing, because you probably know this, but the big players, the big commercial, the largest one, I forgot they have like 60,000 brokers. They have access to this data, but they cannot publish it. So some of them, and then they can't distribute it across their platform. So the big players can buy it and aggregate it, but they don't have a way to add it to their reports or use it. So it's having the data is one thing, but turning it into utility is part of the challenge.
Eddie, what attracted you to CRE Collaborative? And I guess we can ask Andreas the same question for Zip. What got you to talk to him, issue a press release? What was in your head?
I think we originally met on LinkedIn, and I knew that our connections were so in line with being important to work out, that I asked my friend to talk with him, which is how I introduced Peter, and I believe that's how it started.
What value did you see in it once you?
My biggest value is I saw that he would get it. Like I said, my biggest challenge is that people don't get it. But if you're an investor and you're a developer, you'll understand the value of better data. If you're just driving around and making commissions, you probably won't. And if you're just flipping houses, you might not. So I could see that he would. He saw the value, and part of my challenge is getting partners on board that see the value. Once we see the value, then there's collaboration.
Andreas?
Sure.
The other way?
To expand on that, we knew approaching from the start of founding CRE Collaborative that most real estate professionals may not see the forest through the trees. So we knew what everyone understood was how to search for a property by an asset type, by financials, by location. That they didn't necessarily understand that there were certain technologies that could give them a completely new competitive edge in their actionable insights or in the way that they process and transact. So by showing those technologies, by layering those technologies into our platform at the property level, and then hosting data and connecting data, we not only help educate, but we help facilitate these evolutions in process. Because nothing is disrupted, nothing has really changed. It's just a question of taking what was a process that's tried and true of, let me go look up the zoning, let me go look up the market shift. Is there disposable income in this area? Because this is my area, bringing it online and making it so you can do it much faster. That's what we do. So we help companies like Zipanalyser, which was a natural fit, get out to their audience because we have the audience of brokers, investors, lenders, developers looking to do deals. And they don't necessarily know that Zipanalyser even existed, but they do know that data is valuable. And if they don't, seeing it at the property level as they're reviewing their due diligence makes it valuable, makes it apparent. And then that's how we grow.
If someone's out there, a real estate fella, doing commercial real estate, and the light bulb goes on, reads an article, and he realizes that, boy, if I had in-depth data, I could be doing more and lead in my area. What would be the path going in through CRECo and establishing themselves there and then accessing Zipanalyser? What's the user path?
So I can't tell you how many brokers or professionals I've spoken to in the past, or even myself, if only I had this or I knew that, I would have closed that deal. So the path with CRE Collaborative is straightforward. You come in, you create your profile. Once you've created your profile, you now have a digital self. You have the ability to search your network, search your network and your markets. So you now have where you do business. As you're doing business in those areas, you can see Zipanalyser at the property level. You can see the land checks and all of these other pieces of the puzzle right when you need them. Then we take it further by giving you the ability to communicate with your network, send messaging, group messaging, stay on top of what everyone else is doing in your sphere and in ours. Lastly, we give you the ability to distribute, not only distribution, but destination of that data and of those deals. So it starts with acquisition, where you're in the gathering of information. We provide a way or the pathway to that, and then stream it together for you. Then we go on to, we have it, how do we move it, sell it, or propose it, which is CRM systems and listing portals. We give you that connectivity, those paths. And then finally, how to dispose of it or manage it and keep that data current. So we move the data and the professional from start to finish across the asset life cycle.
Eddie, anything to add?
That sounds good. We just focus on the location analytics side of it all in current market, and what's missing in our system is the property data. So that's why it's a good mashup if we can bring what Andreas is working on with the analysis on the market.
Sure. We've got 40 million properties and none of the economic indicators that Zipanalyser has. So this partnership is a match made in technology heaven, as it were.
Right now, there's Facebook is pushing the idea of Facebook groups to establish local communities or topic-specific communities to engage people. We know that there has been a drop-off in people using Facebook. They even have TV ads now, so it's real point of pain for them. What that really is saying to me, and what I've read elsewhere, is that Facebook understands that hubs of people with similar interests who are doing things together is really, really important. It strikes me that CRECo and Zip and other partners are really forming a hub capability. Someone can come in, put their hub on the platform, get everybody that they know on it, all the properties they know, and create a community with the data that becomes very valuable that they could get from Zip and others. It seems to me that that's one of those exciting things about this combined offering. It's the concept of the hub. What do you think?
I think you're spot on. Look, the industry is built on shaking hands and having collective intelligence or a combining of different professional opinions, and that's how deals are done. Shake hands, you do a deal, find a deal, present the deal, then you need the funding, then you need the developers. So that in and of itself is a micro community, the people who do a deal. Then you go broader, the people in a market that can do more deals. You go even broader. What about a new market? So our system allows you to find those people, find those properties, find that knowledge. It's then your job to communicate effectively with the people involved or find the people to be involved to get the deal done. It's a people business, always will be. It's a relationship business. And we are a relationship platform.
Good. Last comments, Eddie?
Well, I agree with what you're saying, but I know this because I have a few groups. So the challenge of the concept is, let's say if we had, for example, San Jose or Houston commercial real estate. A lot of that has to do with, we could do that. There's for every 400 metro markets, but it really gets into a challenge of SEO and getting the traffic there, and is that the right name? So if it can be done, that is absolutely the right way to do it. But it's a question of if and marketing and SEO and all those things. If that can be done, then absolutely, because then it's way better than just a local. It's a good way to go. It's way better than just have a national USA club.
That's right. Well, but it starts with one, then two, then three, and as it grows. Way back when you had Main Street Bob, who knew a few people and got deals done on Main Street, and then he met for lunch with the guy who did it in the next town, Steve, and onward these groups grew. Now we're just at a point where we have to use technology because we are expanding into markets we haven't been into. We need product in markets that otherwise would be unreachable because we wouldn't have had the knowledge that Zipanalyser provides and others. And we need the boots on the ground that in that market that we provide. So it's just an evolution coming online.
So I think we're on the same page, but it has to do with the title. Is it like a new technology for commercial real estate brokers in Houston? If we had something like that, a group like that, then absolutely, that is the way to go. Because then we're unique, and other than just that's the realtors of San Jose or something like that. Because there's lots of realtors for San Jose or investors in San Jose, but if we add that title tag, which is unique for our collaboration, I think that's a terrific
idea. Each user for our platform, each company has it within their own system, the ability to have a private network of their own people, which we hope then becomes public and grows. So it's your network, your community, then the broader community, then the digital community.
Gentlemen, this has been a great chat, some real good thinking on your feet. I got to hand it to you because I did put in a little bit of a zinger with the idea of a hub in the middle. Wish you both well, and we look forward to working together.
Thank you, Howard and Eddie. It's been a pleasure collaborating so far, and it's a brave and a powerful new world. So.
Super. Appreciate everybody.